Shalom from the bomb cyclone. Last week at the Capitol, the Senate passed a bill that would finally give local communities the ability to regulate oil and gas drilling in their neighborhoods. A huge victory after unprecedented obstruction from the minority party. Republicans tried anything they could to obstruct this important bill, even demanding that an unrelated 2,000-page bill got read word for word to hold the whole Senate hostage. And that's not all. The House passed a bill allowing counties and cities to increase the minimum wage, and your pal Ian got in a few punches on our second favorite U.S. Senator from Colorado, Cory Gardner. Also, Denver got absolutely walloped with thunder snow, getting a taste of the bomb cyclone, and a little something that friend of the show 5280weather.com called explosive cyclogenesis. That storm was so metal. After passing the Senate, SB 181, the Health and Safety First for Oil and Gas bill, is on its way over to the State House of Representatives, where Democrats hold a 41-24 majority over minority Republicans, all but guaranteeing passage to Governor Politz's desk. Republicans in the Senate did not like that at all. Despite the fact there were tons of bipartisan amendments made and the bill went through over 20 hours of public committee hearings, Republicans then pulled a procedural maneuver to try and shut down the Senate by forcing a 2,000-page bill to be read in its entirety. Democrats managed to beat the GOP's attempt to stop the process, hilariously getting 5 different computers to simultaneously read the bill. And this is what it sounded like. The stunt didn't work, but it shows the length Republicans will go in order to obstruct even the most common sense bills destined for passage. I hear it all the time from conservatives, and they're trying to slash Medicare and Medicaid, or privatize public education, or ban abortion, or kick trans folks out of the military, or roll back the methane rule, or confirm an unprecedented number of unqualified right-wing judges to federal benches for life, or any number of horrible things that have been visited in our great nation since 2016. Elections have consequences. Down the hall in the State House of Representatives, the local minimum wage bill made its way through the House and is now on its way to the Senate. Sadly, this was another party line vote. Not a single Republican was willing to give their constituents even an option for a raise, while the rich are getting richer and the cost of living in Colorado continue to skyrocket. And if that's not bad enough, Republicans actually tried to introduce an amendment that would allow businesses to pay workers even less than the state's minimum wage. There is no better way to help close the wage gap and lift people up out of poverty than for them to be able to earn more money. Colorado's economy is booming. It's done nothing but get better since the minimum wage went up from $8.31 to a little over $11 an hour, despite what failed political operatives were paid to say otherwise.
They operate in small profit margins, so a 44% increase in their payroll is going to be devastating.
But you still have to make about $23 an hour to afford even a modest apartment in Denver, and if local governments want to set a higher standard of living for their workers, they should be able to. In national news, Robin Brevender wrote a great piece for the Colorado Independent where she asked a number of folks, including yours truly, about what the left's strategy is to defeat Cory Gardner in 2020. Now, I don't want to give anything away here, especially because Gardner has just been making so many unforced errors since Trump became its party's standard bearer, but I'm going to let you in on the plan. Are you ready? You ready? We're just going to tell the people of Colorado what Cory Gardner's been doing in Washington all these years. That should do the trick.
Oh, we almost forgot. How could we almost forget? In an unprecedented move, the Denver Post editorial board issued a stunning retraction of their 2014 endorsement of Cory Gardner for the Senate seat he now holds. Many here in Colorado blame the Post for turning the tide in Gardner's favor with that endorsement, contributing to his less than 2 percentage point victory over Mark Udall. Here's the part of Thursday's editorial that's gonna sting. Quote, "We no longer know what principle guides the senator and regret giving him our endorsement in a close race against Mark Udall. Ouch."
And that's it for this week's edition of Last Week in Colorado Politics. Thanks to the team for pitching in on the last episode while I was out last week. I'm fine. Thanks to everyone for asking and writing. I'm glad to be back at it with another recap this week. We're a little more than halfway through the legislative session, and things are bound to get more interesting, not less. So check back with us every week on Sunday or Monday or sometimes Tuesday for your look back at what happened under the dome. And with all politics here in the Centennial State, drop us a line, hit us up on social media, or tell us what you think in the comments. See you next week.